At dawn, the Serengeti wakes. It is a waking that has been repeated for 2 million years, a slow and sacred ritual of light. Before the sun itself crests the horizon, its promise paints the eastern sky in strokes of pale rose and soft violet. Below, an ocean of grass, still cloaked in the cool blues of the receding night, begins to reveal its true immensity. This is the Serengeti, as the Maasai people named it, the place where the land runs on forever. And in these first moments of the day, it feels truly infinite. The air is thin and cool, carrying the scent of damp earth and crushed wild basil. A profound silence holds sway, a silence so deep it feels like the memory of the stars, broken only by the whisper of a breeze through the red oat grass. As the first direct rays of sunlight spear across the plains, they ignite a world of miniature jewels. Every blade of grass, every spider's web, is strung with dewdrops, each one a perfect lens, capturing the nascent fire of the new day. This morning moisture is a fleeting gift, a precious reprieve in a land often defined by thirst. It is life, captured in a bead of water. In the low-lying areas, a thick mist clings to the ground, shrouding the landscape in a soft, ethereal blanket. It is a world of silhouettes and shadows, where familiar shapes become mysterious and the ordinary is rendered magical. This ephemeral humidity is a lifeline for the smallest inhabitants, the insects, the fungi, the tender new shoots of grass that form the very foundation of this entire ecosystem. The iconic acacia, a lone sentinel against the growing light, stands as a symbol of resilience. Its deep roots tap into ancient aquifers, a testament to survival in this challenging environment. But the true secret to the Serengeti's staggering abundance lies not in its trees, but beneath the grass. It lies in the soil itself, a rich volcanic loam, the legacy of colossal eruptions from the Ngorongoro highlands millions of years ago. This ash, carried on the winds, settled to form the vast, treeless, short-grass plains of the south. It is a soil uniquely rich in minerals, creating a carpet of grass so nutritious it can support the largest concentration of grazing mammals on the planet. This is not just dirt, it is the dust of creation, the very bedrock of life here. And now that life begins to stir, the first calls of the dawn chorus erupt, the liquid notes of a lark, the guttural croak of a francolin. On the open plains, the great herds of wildebeest, 1 million strong, begin to rise. They are a sea of bodies, a collective consciousness slowly awakening. Calves nuzzle against their mothers, re-establishing bonds that are crucial for the journey ahead. Among them, zebras, their stark patterns a dizzying spectacle in the low light, greet the day with sharp, barking calls. On the periphery, the hunters are also marking the transition. A lion pride, their bellies full from a night's work, settles into the shade of a rocky outcrop. A lone hyena lopes back towards its den, and high on a termite mound, a cheetah, the epitome of grace and speed, uses the elevated vantage point to scan the horizon, its mind already calculating the complex geometry of the morning's hunt. For millennia, these plains have pulsed with this exact rhythm, grasses, grazers, and hunters, all locked in an intricate and brutal ballet. It is a living clockwork, a self-regulating system of breathtaking complexity, tuned not to the hands of a clock, but to the coming of the rain. This is one of the oldest, most complete functioning ecosystems left on Earth, a place where the drama of survival for millions of creatures is written not in books, but in the wind and the weather. As the sun climbs higher, burning away the last of the mist, the day's true character is revealed. The coolness of dawn gives way to a building heat, and the quiet reverence of first light is replaced by the urgent, unending business of life and death on the plains of the Serengeti. When we imagine the Serengeti, the mind often conjures a single sweeping image, an infinite ocean of grass stretching to a flat horizon. But this iconic landscape is just one chapter in a much larger, more complex story. The Serengeti is not a single uniform ecosystem. It is a living mosaic, a vast and varied world sculpted by ancient forces and shaped by the constant pulse of life. Covering over 30,000 square kilometers, its character is profoundly diverse. The famous southern plains, seemingly endless, owe their existence to the volcanic past of the Ngorongoro highlands. Millennia of eruptions blanketed this region with fine mineral-rich ash. This created soil that gives rise to short, nutrient-dense grasses packed with calcium and phosphorus. It is no coincidence that this is the chosen nursery for the Great Migration, where hundreds of thousands of wildebeest calves take their first steps, fueled by the richest milk and the most nourishing forage on the continent. Rising from this sea of grass are the kopjes, ancient granite outcrops, islands of rock in a world of soil. These are not mere geological curiosities, they are vital microhabitats. Their weathered surfaces provide lookout posts for predators like lions and leopards, granting them a commanding view of the plains below. Their crevices and caves offer refuge to smaller creatures, from rock hyraxes to reclusive klipspringers. They catch and hold precious rainwater in natural basins, creating miniature oases that sustain unique flora and fauna, a world within a world. Further north and west, the landscape transforms again. The plains give way to woodlands, and the entire ecosystem is threaded with green arteries, the riverine forests. Along the banks of the Grumeti and Mara rivers, towering yellow fever trees and giant figs create a dense canopy, a stark contrast to the open plains. This is a realm of shade and secrecy, home to hippos that sculpt the waterways and crocodiles that lie in silent ambush. It is a lifeline, drawing all animals to its banks, especially when the dry season bites deep and water becomes the most valuable currency. Beyond the rivers, the acacia woodlands dominate, a broken canopy of thorny trees that favors different players. Here, giraffes browse elegantly on high branches, beyond the reach of other herbivores, and herds of elephants move like grey ghosts through the dappled light. Each of these habitats is a distinct stage, and the scenery is never static. It is a world in perpetual motion, transformed by the dramatic arrival of the seasonal rains, which turn a parched golden land into a vibrant emerald carpet overnight. It is shaped by the constant, rhythmic footsteps of millions of animals, their ancient migratory paths carving the very face of the earth. This is not just a backdrop for life, it is a living, breathing landscape, an active participant in the grand, unceasing drama of the Serengeti. Every year the plains host one of nature's greatest spectacles, the Great Migration. It is a living river of flesh and bone, a drama of colossal scale flowing across the Serengeti. The air trembles with a constant chorus of grunts and the thunder of millions of hooves. This is a relentless, pulsing force of life. More than 1 million wildebeest are the engine of this pilgrimage, joined by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles. They move together in a vast, circular pilgrimage that spans the plains of Tanzania and Kenya. This immense, multi-species procession is a wonder of the natural world. Their alliance is a masterpiece of co-evolution. The zebras act as pioneers, eating the coarse, taller grasses. This mows the plains, exposing the shorter, sweeter shoots preferred by the wildebeest. The gazelles follow, nibbling on fresh herbs that sprout in their wake. It is a perfectly choreographed dance of consumption. The guide for this 1,000-kilometer odyssey is the weather. The herds are in a perpetual chase, following the promise of rain across the horizon. They are drawn to the scent of distant storms and the moisture that awakens the dormant grasslands. This pursuit of water dictates their vast circular route. The rains bring the herds to the southern Serengeti's fertile shortgrass plains, the perfect nursery. Here, in a breathtaking display of synchronized birth, the next generation arrives. Over just 3 weeks, nearly 500,000 calves are born. This glut of new life is a crucial survival strategy, overwhelming predators by sheer numbers. Survival for a newborn depends on speed. Within minutes of birth, a calf is on its feet. Within hours, it can run with the herd, a vital skill in a world of constant motion and ever-present danger. This remarkable precociousness is its best defense. This moving banquet inevitably attracts attention. The great predators of the Serengeti, lions, hyenas, and leopards, are drawn to the herds. They shadow the migration, a constant presence testing the column for any sign of weakness, singling out the young, the old, or the unwary. Every step of the journey is a calculated risk, yet no threat is more dramatic than the river crossings. The Grumeti and Mara rivers are formidable barriers. The herds pile up on the banks, a nervous mass of indecision. The pressure builds until one takes the plunge, triggering a chaotic stampede into the churning water. Here, colossal Nile crocodiles lie in wait, anticipating a feast that will sustain them for the year to come. But the migration is as much about creation as destruction. As they move, they shape the land itself. Their grazing maintains the grasslands, their hooves aerate the soil, and their dung returns vital nutrients. Even in death they give back, fueling a web of scavengers and ensuring all energy is recycled. The Great Migration is the Serengeti's beating heart, the engine of life for this entire world. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through the Serengeti, please like, subscribe, and share to support more nature documentaries. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.